Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Thank you so much for coming here and joining me on this day. This process has been fun, challenging, but just how entrepreneurship and starting a business is. Hard work and a lot of hours and a lot of countless hours. But I wouldn't be here without everyone in this room has played such a vital role into getting this thing off the ground. And I'm just grateful to see this room of everyone in here. And I mean, I'm trying not to cry. I'm not an emotional person at all. But just seeing this many people in this once room that I looked at was completely empty was surreal to see that it would be just like this with the mayor here, with all of the support and all of the community support. It just has, I don't have words, but I do want to say thank you so much for everyone who's came. My board is here, and there's just the support in this room has just been astronomical. And getting the center kicked off is going to do so much good for the La Mesa community and here in the International District. And I'm just excited to play my role in this position. So without further ado, I'd love to bring up Mr. Mayor, Tim Keller.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Well, this is truly a special occasion. And I have some folks that I want to mention. But of course, you know, Alex was so humble in his introduction. He's the guy who put this all together and who's going to be running this, our own International Economic Development Center. This is something that, and I look out in the audience, I've been talking about this for 10 years, couldn't get it done. Along comes Alex, bam, we got it. So let's give him a round of applause for getting this across the finish line. So, and those of us who remember this building too, you know, I used to drive by this. And I lived a block away, up on a city block away on Eubank. And I'd drive by this all the time on my way to Santa Fe. And I'd be like, big Opportunity Center, right? I think it was called, or Career, something like that. And, you know, it's like boarded up and empty. And I'd be like, oh gosh, we got to work on that. You know, like it was a part of that mirror that we see every morning. But in many ways, as the former state senator for this neighborhood, I saw. And in many ways was a small piece of why I was like, you know what, forget this. I'm running for mayor because everything's taking too long. And so, but lo and behold, this project, I want to just start by mentioning, it was really Councilor Davis and Commissioner Hart-Stebbins who connected up and said, all right, we'll fund this. We'll put together some of the funding. And then I got together with our team and I said, look, we can easily administrate this and help out. But we're going to hear a few words from Councilor's representative here. But I do just want to mention that, you know, as I transitioned out of being state senator for the International District, fortunately, Pat helped picked up that ball. And Maggie sort of kept the flame alive. And in many ways, this is a reflection of a little bit of transition and also transition to local leaders in this neighborhood who are willing to invest right here on Central and Wyoming, something that we need desperately. And so I want to thank, first and foremost, our City Councilor, Pat Davis, and also County Commissioner Maggie Hart-Stebbins. They couldn't make it. One of them's hanging out with the Gov. Not sure what the other one's up to, but let's give them a round of applause and their staff. So I do also want to mention there's a bunch of groups here who have helped out in different ways. And so I'm going to mention a few, but I know we've got City Alive team here. I think Innovate ABQ. Give us a wave when I say mention you. Newsenda. We got the Albuquerque Community Foundation. We also have Cultivating Coders, Charles Ashley back there. And also ABQ Community I already mentioned Community Foundation. I see a lot of other folks here too. So what I'll do when we wrap up, we'll do some additional thanks to other groups who've helped out. But let me share a few other thoughts and then we'll hand it off to Sean, who's going to speak for Councilor Davis. You know, I think at the end of the day, we also know that this is an example of that concept of one Albuquerque. We have a lot of challenges. And I think what we're always espousing is that I will try and step up. We will try and step up. Our Economic Development Department with Synthia Jaramillo here, our Small Business Department with Lucas. But we need help, right? And all of us are doing our own thing. But I think what we're adding to the table is what we can do together. And this is a phenomenal example of that. The ability to put this up, get it up and running, by all of us pitching in is a true reflection of that one Albuquerque spirit. It's also a reflection of, I think, a renewed investment in this area of town. And it's hard to see if you don't look close. But you'll notice Foxy's Booze and Cruise, which was right there, gone. So these are not accidents. Our administration is prioritizing some of our underinvested in communities, which of course, unfortunately, happen to often correspond with our communities of color. And here in the South Valley, Trumbull neighborhood has all new streets and getting new lights. We are working on a redo of Wilson Park. And I think most importantly, a couple of blocks away, we are, thanks to the voters of Albuquerque, now we have fully funded and will be breaking ground next year on a regionally world-class library. A community gathering place, the International District Library, which will be at the old Caravan East, where my parents used to go dancing. And in fact, I'm going to invite them to that, and a lot of folks, it was a great dance hall, just, let's admit it. But this community center is, I think the total price tag is like $17 million. It is going to be a giant signal that we are not in any way leaving any part of our city behind, especially not areas that need additional investment just to catch up. And so in the meantime, a part of this is how do we help the small businesses who are trying to get started right here? And that is what Alex's mission is all about in terms of International District economic development. So with that, let me say congratulations. Thank you, Alex, for giving this a shot, for taking ownership, for your passion, your charisma, and also to everyone who helped put this together. So next up, let's hear a representative from our city councilor who really bought in fast and quick on this. Sean, you want to come share a few words for Pat Davis? Thanks.
Hello, my name is Sean Fran. I'm the policy analyst for District 6 for City Councilor Pat Davis, and he regrets he couldn't be here today. He had a prior commitment, but he's so excited to see this project actually get off the ground. So, since being elected, Councilor Davis has been talking about starting an economic development center here in the International District. And when Alex came along and he actually had the plan, the drive, the vision, and the connections to get it done, Councilor jumped in full force and did everything he could to help bring this to fruition. So we're so excited to see it get started up, and really the partnerships that's already kicked off the ground, including working with the Black Leadership Council, the African American Chamber of Commerce, Vision Sankofa, the Southeast Success Center, and so many different organizations that are working on economic development here in the International District. And the councilor has consistently tried to direct funds both in infrastructure to the International District, but also grants to organizations working on projects such as this, including in the last year over $400,000 in grants to organizations just like the International District Economic Development Center. So Councilor Davis would really like to thank Alex, who's just done an off-the-wall job getting this together, getting it up, and getting everyone together for it. And also, I'd also just like to extend a really heartfelt thanks to Mayor Keller and Director Jaramillo and the Economic Development Department, who's really worked well to get this ball rolling as well. So thank you all so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to a lot of success.
All right, so I think what we're going to do, we do have some, I think we have some time for Q&A, but I'm going to hand it over to Alex to really wrap things up however you want. I also want to mention, too, just in my intros, we also have Fred Mondragon here. He had done a lot of things at the city, but now is starting up a program called Cooperative Catalysts. So I want to create a new partnership right now. Alex, Fred, you guys can talk later. I got his brochure, and we'll run some cooperatives out of here, too. Oh, look, they're already in the works. See? That's what I love. That's right, and all city-funded projects. So good job, Synthia. All right, Alex, your show. Thank you so much.
So thank you again, everyone, for coming up and speak. I actually had one of our entrepreneurs that we work with, Carl. I wanted to get something made for today, and just showing what this actually means from when we first got started and putting this thing together. When we got to get put on the Great Grant giveaway, it just spun off so many things from it, and getting that exposure and shining that light on what we were trying to do. I had one nail and one hammer trying to get this thing put together, and then I just seen all of the support, and it has to be by a community. It can't be by one person. It's not just me at all. it's about everyone coming in and giving an opportunity for themselves to uplift themselves and change their own economic landscape. So, so with this, I just wanted to show that this will be hanging up in our center, and it shows, like, from the Great Grant Giveaway, things that have just spun off. I wouldn't be here with the help from RGCDC, the Rio Grande Community Development Corp. They've are my fiscal sponsor with administrating everything, helping me, brainstorming, so bringing a lot of that programming and infrastructure that I don't have to go back and reinvent the wheel. We can just row it and mow it and really help the individuals in the area, and that's really what it's about. And just from this, everyone who's helped on here, I have the city of Albuquerque, we have P&M, Comcast, the New Mexico Gas Company, Rude Boy Cookies, Cultivative Coder. So this right here just shows that to bloom and make a tree, it starts with the roots. And all of you guys are part of this root. Everyone in this room is a part of the root to help this thing spawn. Now, I hope I look this pretty. But if I don't, it's okay, because that's what it's about. And I don't know where I'm almost at loss for words. But this is what I just wanted to present. And then I also just wanted to bring up Mary, because she actually had something special to present for us to this day. And I'm going to introduce Mary.
Hi there, I'm Mary Homan, Manager of Economic Development Community Affairs for New Mexico Gas Company. And we're talking about the Great Grant Giveaway, which is a great opportunity for large companies like ourselves, as well as individuals, to find out about these emerging community gems, such as this organization. We were very, very pleased when we were at the Great Grant Giveaway this last year, and I approached Alex after his presentation and said, you know what, we give away economic development grants on behalf of Emera, which is New Mexico Gas Company's, our parent company, and I really wanted him to apply, because I thought this was a great organization, a great emerging gem that this community needs to serve an underserved need, to bring great vitality and innovation and entrepreneurship to this community. And on behalf of Emera and New Mexico Gas Company, I am presenting today $15,000. We know it'll be used for great use, and we look forward to the reports and to hear all of the great things that your organization is going to do. We know this is an emerging jewel, and we really look forward to using all the businesses and hearing all the success stories that will come from it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And with that, we actually have 10 businesses that will be coming in. One of the businesses is actually downstairs. His name is, it's Own the Day, Frankie. He'll actually be getting his business kicked off in here and real community-based. So we've been working with a lot of community-based businesses just to try to grow that in the neighborhood and support. So I just want to thank everyone who's came out here, and I appreciate the support and continued support going forward. But this right here will be our first thing we hang up. Actually, second thing, the Community Foundation and them already beat me to it, but this will be one of the first things that we go in and hang up, and I just want to thank everyone. So thank you.
Awesome. Okay. All right, so if there's questions after, of course, feel free, but we want to do a picture. So if we can, everyone who wants to be in the picture, come on up.
Good idea.
And and we'll, kind of tell people. Anyone else, come on, join us in front.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everyone say
Cheese. Queso.